Hello and welcome back. Just last week, before I'm recording this, we received an announcement of a new regional competition in Excel Esports. This is FMWC DACH, representing Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and the nearby German-speaking regions in Europe. It's always excited to have a new region come out. It's a great opportunity to introduce the sport to more players, give more competition, and an opportunity for us to get some extra practice in this competition. So, with this announcement, the FMWC DACH team, led by Benjamin Weber, you see in this picture here, they have released two cases. The first one is free for everyone, which is the one I'm going to solve here today, called All Sausage. And the second one you will receive after signing up for the competition. Like I said, it's open to everyone. If you're interested in signing up, I'll go ahead and put the link in the description. The best part is that the FMWC DACH team is providing all of their cases in both German and English. So if you don't speak German, you can still give it a shot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and let's give this first case a try. Let's see how we do. This is my first time looking at it, so be prepared for mistakes. With all of that said, here we go. In level 1, we are asked how long does this sausage take? Basically looking at what is the minimum cooking time for each sausage. Now here on the sausage tab, we have a table with the sausage, country of origin, minimum cooking time, and maximum cooking time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up this sausage in that table and return the minimum cooking time. That will give me the answer to this question. Level 2 asks us, is this sausage ready? Basically saying, have we cooked it for at least the minimum preparation time? And for this level, we have to answer our questions with either ja or nein. So I'm going to use the same lookup function to look up that minimum time, and I'm going to compare it with the preparation time that's listed here in the H column. If it is at least that preparation time, then our answer is going to be ja. If not, then we'll answer our answer as nein. Now for level 3, we are being asked, is it edible? Meaning, have we cooked it for the right amount of time, or have we possibly cooked it too long? So now we need to compare the preparation time not only with the minimum time for the sausage to be cooked, but also the maximum time where the sausage may be burnt. So you see here, I'm going to create an or statement, basically saying, if the preparation time is less than the minimum time, or greater than the maximum time, then the sausage is not ready. Now level 4 asks the question, how often? How often is each sausage being ordered? So you see here now we have another sheet, which is our orders sheet. And in this orders sheet, we have the sausage name, the country that it's ordered from, and the price that it is ordered at. So in this level, we just simply need to count how many times each sausage was ordered. So I'm going to use a count if statement to answer this question. For level 5, we are asked how often was the sausage ordered outside of the home region. So on the sausages tab, we have the name of the sausage and the home region. On the orders tab, we have the name of the sausage and the country it was ordered from. So we need to compare this data. Basically, how often was the sausage ordered, but subtract the amount of times it was ordered from the home country. So what I'm going to do over here is first I'm going to look up the home country. I'm going to put that in column H here. And then next in column I, what I'm going to do is I'm going to count if, that sausage name, but then also count if the order country does not match the home country. And so you see what I'm doing here is subtracting count ifs, subtracting the amount of times it was counted in that country. So you see here what I did first was I tried to subtract how many times it was counted in that country, but doing this is kind of duplicating my work. I don't need to subtract the amount of times it was not in that country. That's basically the formula that I need to get the answer. So you see I delete that first part and now I get the correct answer for this level. Now we go to level 6, which is looking for the maximum price of a sausage in a given country. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to use my max ifs function. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up the maximum price where the sausage matches this name. In the example, it's currywurst, and the order country matches the country listed in column H. So that'll give us the maximum price for the sausage in those countries. And level 7, this is the difficult level. It asks us, what is the difference in price from the home country versus the other countries? So you see here, our example sausage Blunzen comes from Austria, and we see the average price for that sausage in Austria is $1.97. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a formula to look up the origin country. I'm going to create a formula to look up the average price in that origin country, and then I'm going to create a formula to look up the average price in other countries. And that will give me two numbers that I can compare to find the difference in price between within that country and outside that country. So you see here, to find the price in other countries, I can use most of the same formula. The only thing I need to add is this less than and greater than symbol combination. In Excel, this means not equals to, and that will then let me find the average price in anywhere that is not that country. Now you see when I do this formula to compare the two numbers, I do get the answer that I'm expecting in the example. I do change the formula ever so slightly to see if I may have got it backwards from what they're expecting, but I see the number is very different, so it is not that. Now, you'll see number 135 came up with an error. And the reason it came up with that error is because it was not sold in its home country. That's okay, and the instructions said that this could happen. Now that I got that answer, let's go up to the bonuses. Bonus question number 1 is how many sausages are eaten raw? Basically where the minimum cooking time and the maximum cooking time are both 0. So what I'm going to do is in my sausages table, I'm going to create a new column to add the two numbers together. If they're both 0, then the sum of those two numbers should also be 0, and then I get the answer 2. Bonus 2, which sausage has the longest name? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the len function, which will give me the length of a string. And I'm going to XLOOKUP the one with the largest string and return the name from the first column, which will be Nürnberger Rostbratwurst. In which country are the most sausages sold? So on the orders tab, we're going under the assumption that each of these orders is for one sausage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to group all of these country names, count them all, and I'm going to sort it largest to smallest. And I see that Germany, or Deutschland, is where the most sausages are sold. Bonus 4. If you prepare all of the sausages for the same amount of time, what is the maximum number of sausages that would be edible? So remember, some of these sausages are only edible if you cook them for a minimum time. Some of them will burn after you cook them for a certain amount of time. And so what we want to do is we want to find that right number to get the most sausages. So I see the maximum cooking time here is 60 minutes. So I'm going to create a table from 0 minutes to 60 minutes. And what I'm going to do in this table is I'm going to look at each sausage to see if the minimum, or if that time in the header is between that minimum and maximum time. If it is, I'm going to get a 1. If it's not, I'm going to get a 0. I'm going to copy this function down, but it is giving me some interesting answers. You see, when I use this by call sum function, I have lots of 1s and 2s here, and the maximum of these values is going to be 2, which I don't think feels right. So let me go back into the formula and let's see what's going on here. When I look at this formula, what I notice is that the G row is moving down as I'm filling down, which is not what I want. I want to stick with the top row there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make G1 hash, or that G1 array, an absolute reference. So that way when I'm moving down, that reference is not going to change each time. Now when I do that, now my maximum number is 13, which is correct. Final bonus. For which sausage is the relative price difference the largest between its home country and outside of the country? So here I'm going to create the country average and other country average formulas, just like I did with level 7. I'm going to add another column for difference percent. Now in level 7, we could have some negative percents, but because this bonus is saying largest difference, I don't know if negative percents should be positive. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this average formula over, and I'm just going to look through and see what do I need to change to make it work on this sheet. Fortunately, I only need to change these two references, where the sausage name is and where the sausage country is. After doing that, the rest of the formula will actually fit in very nicely, and I get a difference percent here. Now once again, Rostocker Wurst is not sold in Germany. Doesn't look like it's even sold out of Germany, so we're not going to get a percentage there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to once again look up the maximum difference, maximum percentage, and return the sausage name from that lookup. Now I'm going to get an error because there is an error within that table. So I'm going to add this if error statement. So if one of them is error, return 0. Still not working as the way I intended. So I'm going to change this formula here and add the if error, turn it to 0 function in that part. Then I get the answer for Serverlat, and I solve this case in just under 12 minutes. This is an excellent case for those who are interested in trying out these Excel Esports and wanting to get into the competition. It is a relatively easy case, just requires a few lookups and some basic math formulas. So I strongly recommend it for newcomers. This case, as I mentioned before, is offered in both German and English. So anyone from around the world can download it for free. You don't need to submit any information. You can give it a try and see how you do. If you are interested, you can sign up for FMWC DACH. This is the one competition where they offer the cases in both languages. I think the only catch is that the website is only in German. So once you get through that part, then you have a whole new set of cases that you can give a try. Excellent case. Thank you, Benny. Thank you, FMWC DACH team, for providing this, for letting us play this. I really enjoyed it. I hope those of you who are watching enjoyed this too. Next week, I'm going to go ahead and try the harder case, which is the case that you'll get when you sign up. So we'll see how that goes. If you enjoy this content, please be sure to give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you for my next video.
It's the Excel world.